Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. You know, you would think that Hillary would be doing at least a little better since the election took place. But according to a new poll from Gallup, she's doing far worse in the polls. And we're how many months after the election? And she's doing worse in popularity? Former Democratic presidential nominee, according to The Hill, Hillary Clinton's favorability rating is at a new one-year low after her election loss to President Trump, according to a new poll released on Tuesday. Clinton now holds a 36% approval rating among Americans, according to Gallup, down 5 percentage points since June. The rating falls below Clinton's previous low of 38% in August to September of last year. So she is now doing worse than when she was actually in the election. It's absolutely hilarious. But anyway, this is, that was lame, but this is Hillary Clinton. She's doing horrible now. She's not able to be as popular as Bill Clinton. And now I wonder what Bill Clinton's approval rating would be. Because with all of these sexual allegations that are going around and how people are really starting to hammer down on a lot of this crooked stuff that's been going on in Washington, D.C. for years, I wonder how Bill's approval rating is presently. I mean, it really is insignificant. No one really cares. But I would just be curious into seeing how he's doing with all this. But anyway, we have another article from thehill.com, and it's pertaining to this tax bill that is coming up from the GOP. So apparently the House is becoming, I guess, more, organized is not the right word, but they are finally getting closer to developing a tax bill to send on to the Senate and then to send to the president. This is according to thehill.com. The House on Tuesday approved the final version of the GOP's bill to overhaul the U.S. tax code, bringing Republicans closer to getting their first legislative win with full control of government. Now, I want to stop right there. Isn't that pathetic? Isn't that absolutely pathetic? Here we are in December 2017, almost to the end of December. We're halfway through. And the Democrats are a minority in both houses, in the House and in the Senate. And they don't have the presidency. We have full control in government, and we haven't been able to have a single win yet. That's what it says. Their first big legislative win. Now, we've been overturning stuff pertaining to executive orders that Donald Trump has been overturning that President Obama implemented. But when it comes to the massive wins with legislation in the House and in the Senate, in Congress, no. Completely unproductive. We have a completely unproductive Congress. They're not doing their job. The Republicans have control of the House and of the Senate, and they can't get anything done. So what does that tell you? It shows you that there's a problem with the Republicans that are in Washington, D.C. When they have full control in government and they can't get anything done, what does it show you? It shows you that the Republican Party consists of a lot of establishment members that are up there collecting a paycheck, like the people that they moan and groan and complain about that are on welfare assistance. But basically, they're on welfare assistance themselves. Because all they're doing is that they're sitting back, watching the news channels, watching cable, being the couch potatoes that they are, and collecting a check, doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Except causing problems, obstructing the president's agenda, and they're as bad as the Democrats. That's exactly what's taking place. The Republican establishment is equivalent to the welfare recipients that they complain about all day long. They're doing the same exact type of stuff. They're not going out and getting a job. They're not doing the job that they have. They're just sitting back and they're accepting a check. That's exactly what is taking place. Going to continue reading here from the Hill. The tax measure easily passed by a vote of 227 to 203. Just 12 Republicans joined with all Democrats in opposing the bill. The Senate is expected to pass the bill later on Tuesday, sending it to President Trump's desk and allowing the GOP to achieve its goal of rewriting the tax code in Trump's first year in office. Now, I'm going to tell you, Steve Bannon with Breitbart was delivering a speech, and he was the former White House correspondent for the president. But anyway, he was discussing what his view of all of this stuff that's going on with the GOP consists of. And he said that basically all the establishment members of the Republican Party are doing right now is that they are using President Trump to pass and push through their tax code, their tax agenda. And once they get this done, they're going to go back to being the regular obstructionists that they are. Now, is this tax code good? Yeah, it's going to put 1,000 extra dollars, 1,000 additional dollars per American household in their pockets. That's what's being sold to us anyway. So we'll see how that goes. So it's going to be a massive tax cut that is taking place. I think that there are personally some areas in there where they could be making some adjustments, better proposals. But, hey, it's better than what we have, so we'll take with what we've got. But the thing is that what really gets me about all of this is that we have control of the government. Republicans have a majority in both houses. We have the presidency. What more do you need in order to get the job done? And I'm just wondering, I'm hoping that they're going to just go ahead and get this thing passed. But following the election of Doug Jones over in Alabama, you have talk that is going around where they might, wait until Doug Jones gets up there and then they take a vote on it in the Senate. Now, I would sincerely hope that Mitch McConnell isn't that stupid. I mean, I hope he's not. But I guess we're going to have to find out. It says here that the Senate is expected to pass the bill later on Tuesday, so we'll find out about that, sending it to President Trump's desk and allowing the GOP to achieve its goal of rewriting the tax code in Trump's first year in office. Multiple protesters interrupted the House floor debate on the tax bill Tuesday, including people who shouted, "Kill the bill, don't kill us," as well as a woman in a wheelchair who said she relies on Medicaid and warned that the bill would starve the public. She then proceeded to walk out of the audience area by security. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, I tell you, it's I gotta tell you, it's just amazing to me how everything that the Republicans allegedly do, according to the Democrats, is killing people, where we have people out dying in the streets. It just looks like, the Spartans walk through an area. It's just a absolute massacre on the streets because we don't have, good tax policy, or the Republicans are proposing a tax policy because they are proposing an alternative to the awful Obamacare that exists. It always ends in someone dying, according to the Democrats. And it's a scare tactic that is so absolutely out of reality. It's a mess. It's a complete and utter mess of an argument that the Democrats create every time that Republicans try to do something. I mean, if you support, pro-life causes, what are you? You hate women. If you support the traditional definition of marriage, as it's been for 2,000 years, written in the dictionary, not as being homophobic, but as being simply the word to describe the union between a man and a woman. What is that called? It's called marriage. It wasn't created to discriminate against anybody. It was just a word created to describe the union between a man and a woman, created by God. So what do Democrats do if you believe in the dictionary? The Democrats say that you're homophobic. What do Democrats say if you believe in a biological textbook that there are two genders, male and female, and that you are biologically born one or the other, unless you have some type of rare disease where they have to do chromosome tests to figure out if you're supposed to be a male or a female, and they have to determine that through the chromosomes. What do the Democrats say if you believe in biology? You are a transphobe. What do Democrats say if you believe that Islam is a violent religion, and that when Democrats have to constantly remind us that it's a religion of peace, it really makes you question if it's a religion of no peace? What do they call you if you believe that? They believe that you are Islamophobic. I tell you guys, it's really just absolutely amazing how we have all of these phobias that the Democrats make up to accuse us of, when really, it seems to me that their side consists predominantly of a bunch of schizophrenics or psychopaths. I don't know which one it is. Probably both, honestly. I mean, when you have their side that's taking time out of their, week to go in front of the courthouse or wherever on the streets of the cities and start screaming helplessly at the sky like they belong in insane asylums because President Trump is, president, they are in a position to question our sanity? Don't think so. Let's face it, if these people were in existence about 60, 70 years ago, they would have been institutionalized. Liberalism to this degree is a mental disorder that would have caused rational people back in the day to question the sanity of the people that are in existence. And a bunch of wackos have basically hijacked the Democratic Party. They're dragging them further and further to the left to the extent of where it's absolutely insane. It is complete craziness. And they're becoming more and more radicalized. I mean, they would love to get people like yours truly off the air. They would love to silence conservative talk radio and have it categorized as hate speech. And prior to Donald Trump's presidency, that's exactly what they attempted to do. They went after talk radio. They wanted to eliminate conservative talk radio. They went after the advertisers. They went after the radio hosts. They created hate mail. I mean, they went all out trying to take us out, but they are a little preoccupied with Donald Trump right now. That's the reason why us conservative commentators love him so much. We can say whatever we want now because they're too focused on Donald Trump. So we can actually do our job without having much resistance here. But it's, I tell you, it's amazing to see how liberalism has infested our society. But at the same time, I think that a lot of people are starting to wake up and they're starting to see, hey, these people are insane. Because, I mean, I was just looking at some of the comments pertaining to the Young Jerks. They were an organization of liberal commentators that were on Al Gore's Current TV for a long duration of time until they ended up getting fired because Current TV was sold to Al Jazeera, the terrorist network. And anyway, so Al Gore cares that much about global warming that he sold it to a bunch of people that are involved in the oil global warming industry. Yeah, that's how much he cares about it. But anyway, what happened is that the Young Turks apparently have a dwindling audience from what I've been told. And their audience is dwindling so much that people are calling them crazy and everything else. And these are moderate people that at one point in time considered themselves liberal. And they have been saying, the Young Turks they're just going so far to the left that they're just becoming crazy. Nope, they've always been there. You're just starting to wake up to reality. And that's really what is taking place here. A lot of people are starting to wake up and realize, hey, liberalism is a mental disorder. It is a cancer that needs to be eradicated. And we need to maybe reconsider our political values and beliefs and how we want to approach things. And that's what's taking place among the American public. And shows like this is a chemotherapy to that cancer.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Hey guys, so let me tell you about a great company, NerdProWriting.com. NerdPro Writing is absolutely wonderful. They assist students in middle school, in high school, in college with writing essays, and they're a company that can be of great help if you know somebody or if you are the one struggling in getting your work turned in. They have absolutely great professional services at a very affordable cost, so go there right now. That is NerdProWriting.com. That is NerdPro Writing.com.
Refresh, replenish, restore, and hydrate the right way with Progene Premium Electrolyte Enhanced Water. Unlock the alkaline pH performance power of professional athlete developed and fitness community endorsed Progene Water. Available in 9.5 pH electrolyte enhanced or our new all natural 8.0 pH additive free mineral spring water. Available at 7-Eleven and online at Amazon.com. Progene Water, hydrating the world one bottle at a time.
All children around the world deserve an education. Sadly, not all children have that opportunity. Distance Teaching and Mobile Learning is a non-profit organization dedicated to transforming the lives of children in impoverished areas of the world. They believe that education not only transforms lives, but rebuilds economies. Distance Teaching and Mobile Learning are doing incredible work right now in Uganda, Ethiopia, Venezuela, and Colombia, and are asking you to support their important work. A donation of just $20 can make a change in the life of a child. Also, corporate sponsors are welcome. To learn more and to donate, visit blog.dtml.org. Students are waiting for your help. blog.dtml.org.
You're listening to the home of Caiden Cowger on your local station, America's youngest syndicated talk personality.
Today's show is brought to you by Go Epic Health, makers of Cholesterade, the natural way to lower cholesterol. Invented by the creator of Gatorade, Dr. J. Robert Cade, Cholesterade is clinically proven to lower cholesterol levels by 21%. Avoid the harmful side effects of statin drugs. Cholesterade works to naturally lower cholesterol and promote healthy weight loss. Order today and use promo code LDL25 to get 25% off your order, or find a store near you at www.drinkcholesterade.com.
Hey guys, let me tell you about our sponsor, NerdProWriting.com. NerdProWriting.com assists students in middle school, high school, in college with writing essays, and they do so as a service. They're a relatively new company, just started this year. For more information, you can go to NerdProWriting.com. That is NerdProWriting.com. Once again, that is Nerd, N-E-R-D, Pro, P-R-O, Writing.com.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.CaidenCowgerProgram.com/sponsor. That's www.CaidenCowgerProgram.com/sponsor.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And I got to tell you, I have a wonderful story to share with all of you here today. And it's about a guy that is near and dear to my heart, Senator Joe Manchin. Oh, yes, Senator Joe. He is a senator for my great state of West Virginia. And this guy is doing everything that he can to make sure that he does not get reelected in 2018. I am actually very happy about that. There's a friend of mine that is looking at running, I think, from what I've been reading. And hopefully he jumps in the senatorial race here, because I definitely believe that he has a great opportunity to win this election this time around. But anyway, here's the thing. Senator Joe Manchin has decided to come out in support of Al Franken. That's right. Senator Joe Manchin is saying that Al Franken shouldn't have resigned. This is according to the Washington Examiner. Senator Joe Manchin, the Democrat from West Virginia, said on Tuesday that he felt the process should have proceeded before Senator Al Franken, a Democrat from Minnesota, announced his resignation amid a sexual misconduct controversy. Following Franken's Senate floor speech, where he declared that he would be resigning in the coming weeks, Manchin told Politico that he disagreed with the senator's decision. Senator Manchin said, I just felt like the process should have proceeded. I thought that Al should have been, able to go through the process, and in the process, he would, how many times can we use the word process? And in the process, he would have been able to make the statement he had to make today that he was forced to make without resigning. My goodness, what a quote. So this is Senator Joe Manchin from my state of West Virginia. 8 women came forward accusing Al Franken of sexual misconduct, and many Democratic senators called for Franken to step aside, but not good old Senator Joe Manchin. And we have a recent article from Politico where Franken was urged by Joe Manchin to reverse his decision to resign. Joe Manchin said, "I think it's the most hypocritical thing I've ever seen done to a human being." It's what Senator Manchin said earlier this week. So, guys, I got to tell you, and I'm going to ask you a legitimate question. Does anyone find it odd that Senator Joe Manchin takes strong issue with Al Franken resigning over sexual misconduct allegations? I just think that that's very interesting, considering that the rest of his party is just saying, let's get Al Franken out of here. He's doing some stuff that, we probably don't need going around about us, especially when they're giving Donald Trump a hard time. But here you have Joe Manchin that's saying, no, he should stay. Al's a good boy. He should stay in the Senate. I got to tell you, you got to question, why is Senator Manchin taking such an issue with Al Franken resigning over sexual misconduct allegations? I'm not saying anything. Of course, I can't say anything, but I'm just wondering, why is he so defensive over Al Franken's conduct? Why is he defending Al Franken's behavior? He needs to be, he needs to stay here a little longer. I mean, it's interesting to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to go into depth about why it's interesting to me. I think you guys can form your own conclusions on that. I'm just asking the question. I wonder why Senator Manchin is so defensive of Al Franken all of a sudden, when all the rest of the Democrats that are not engaged in sexual misconduct, supposedly, are abandoning him. Why is Senator Manchin defending him? I'd be interested in the reasoning behind all of that. And TMZ, the tabloid publication, has even made it in that. And they're, they always make headlines pertaining to the entertainment industry. Senator Joe Manchin, Dems rushed Al Franken out. Let's give him a chance. So Manchin's even making the tabloid media wants Al Franken to have a chance. And they have the video. They actually have the video of Senator Manchin saying, give Al a chance. TMZ recorded that exclusively. So, yeah, that's a good question. Why is Joe Manchin so defensive of Senator Al Franken? Maybe we'll find out in the near future, but who knows? I'm not saying anything. So anyway, that's just a little bit I wanted to read here for you. See what your thoughts were on that little tidbit. Anyway, we have the Associated Press. A loving liberal has been sentenced to 28 years because of his plot to behead a conservative blogger. This is out of the Boston Associated Press. A loving liberal convicted of leading an Islamic State-inspired plot to behead a conservative blogger who upset Muslims when she organized a Prophet Muhammad cartoon contest was sentenced Tuesday to 28 years in prison. Because that's definitely going to de-radicalize her. David Wright, or de-radicalize him, excuse me. David Wright, who's 28 years old, was sentenced by a judge in Boston's federal courthouse 2 months after jurors found him guilty of conspiring with his uncle and a Rhode Island man to kill conservative blogger Pamela Geller on behalf of the terror group. So let me get this right. Okay. Let me understand something here. We have a guy that is connected to ISIS. He's connected to ISIS. He's 28 years old. And he has been sentenced to 28 years in prison. And he has a connection to ISIS. Why exactly are we giving him just 28 years? That guy should have his life. He should spend the rest of his life in jail. 28 years is not going to de-radicalize him. What are you going to do? Just let him out in 28 years and the next thing you know, he bombs a shopping center or something? I mean, it's stupid. That is insane. He should get a heck of a lot longer than that. Wright's attorney had asked for a 16-year sentence. Oh, sure. Sure she did. Saying that he should be given the chance to redeem himself after serving his time. Because that's totally going to make him not want to commit an honor killing. Wright insisted he never really wanted to hurt anyone. Oh, sure. I just wanted to cut off her head. It wasn't like I was, trying to kill her or anything. But pretended to support the Islamic State group to get attention online. Yeah, because it's really smart to say, hey, Amir Akbar. That's really a smart thing, to say online to get attention. I just wanted to get attention. I just wanted to be recognized as, being a member of ISIS. Sure you did. Sure you did. Prosecutors and Geller wanted Wright to get life in prison. Right. That's exactly what he needs. Prosecutors portrayed Wright as the leader of the conspiracy to kill Geller, who has spearheaded scores of events across the nation to decry Islamic extremism, such as the cartoon contest in Garland, Texas. I remember that. The plot to behead Geller of New York was never carried out. Well, thank God she still has her head. Instead, Wright's uncle, told Wright on a recorded phone call that he decided to go after those boys in blue, referring to the police. Oh, that's nice. Wright told his uncle that was beautiful and encouraged him to delete all the data from his computer before carrying out his attack. Okay, so that doesn't sound like ISIS at all, right? That doesn't sound like terrorism. That doesn't sound like any type of, mischievous Islamic behavior. So, let's give him 28 years and see what he does in 28 years. Probably blow up the courthouse that had his proceeding. But anyway, hours later, Rahum was fatally shot by authorities after he lunged at them with a knife when they approached him in Boston. Oh, so then there is another connection that he has to a terrorist. Prosecutors said that Wright collected dozens of gruesome Islamic State videos and documents that encouraged violence against Americans. But he was all doing it for popularity, right? Right. Sure he was, you idiot judge.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Hey guys, so let me introduce you to a great website called mugthebookie.com. That is mugthebookie.com. They have a wide range of sports picks and sports news to choose from. You go onto the website and right there you'll find a bunch of news articles pertaining to sports, be it football, basketball, hockey, and all the others. Go to mugthebookie.com. That is mug, M-U-G, the T-H-E, bookie, BOOKIE.com.
So, you want to learn Japanese. You've tried all sorts of apps that mostly let you type answers and click on pictures. Can somebody please let me talk? Okay, Fluency 365 is here. Click on speak.fluency365.com. That's the numbers 365. Speak.fluency365.com. The only learning platform that gives you daily virtual speaking practice. To try your first virtual Japanese conversation now, visit speak.fluency365.com. Fluency only happens when you talk. Speak.fluency365.com.
Like the Fiancé, sung by Unit of Elite.
So do any of you ladies out there want to learn more about what makes men tick and how they work? Subscribe today to TG2M Magazine, also known as Talk Geeky to Me Magazine, founded by technology founder and editor-in-chief Casey Austin. If they like it, think about it, eat it, drink it, or wear it, TG2M talks about it. Their website is TG2mmagazine.com. That is TG2mmagazine.com. Their Instagram is at TalkGeekyToMe10. Their Twitter is KCKAYECEETG2M. So you can check out TG2mmagazine.com. Hey guys, let me tell you about our sponsor, NerdProWriting.com. NerdProWriting.com assists students in middle school, high school, in college with writing essays, and they do so as a service. They're a relatively new company, just started this year. For more information, you can go to nerdprowriting.com. That is nerdprowriting.com. Once again, that is nerd, N-E-R-D, pro, P-R-O, writing.com.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.caidencowgerprogram.com/sponsor. That's www.caidencowgerprogram.com/sponsor.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Hey guys, so listen to this. Here's another interesting headline from the Associated Press. If you thought that Glee is Glee. No. If you thought that Glee was perverted, well, you're kind of right. Glee actor Mark Salling pleads guilty in child porn case. So we all know that, we all knew before this headline that Glee had some problems. Los Angeles AP. Former Glee star Mark Salling has pled guilty to possession of child pornography. Oh, okay. Salling entered the plea in a downtown Los Angeles federal court on Monday and is scheduled to be sentenced on March 7th. I got tongue-tied. The actor reached a plea agreement with prosecutors in October, which he admitted he possessed images of prepubescent children. Oh, okay. The agreement states a search warrant found more than 50,000 images of child porn on Salling's computer and a thumb drive. How exactly do you find time to download 50,000 images of anything? I don't know how to have. I don't get that. This guy screwed up. On Salling's computer and a thumb drive. Prosecutors and Salling have agreed to ask a judge to sentence the actor to between 4 and 7 years in prison. He'll also be required to register as a sex offender, pay restitution, not gay. Sorry. Saul P and I thought it was a G. Pay restitution and abide by residency restrictions. The actor played bad boy Noah Puckerman on the Fox musical drama show Glee. That's sick. That is absolutely disgusting. So, pled guilty. 7 years, and he registers as a sex offender. Just when he gets out, please somebody make sure that he doesn't buy a house next to a playground. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, here's a little bit of better news. So I'm going to Liberty University. I got out of Wesleyan. I will never look at Methodists the same way again. Sorry if there's any Methodist listeners, but it's just the way that it is. They weren't legitimate Methodist at the college that I was going to. My great-grandmother was a Methodist. It's an embarrassment to John Wesley. I'll put it that way. They don't follow John Wesley's scripture or John Wesley's sermons and quoted scriptures on Christian perfection. They don't abide by the Methodist doctrine. They promote a lot of immoral acts there, a lot of immorality, and it just was not a very good experience for me. And I haven't really talked about it a whole lot because I've been waiting to get out of there. Now I have my transcript and everything, and I can leave and transition over to Liberty University, and that's what I'm doing. So anyway, but I'll still be doing the show. So that's something that is good for all of you guys. But anyway, Donald Trump has nominated a Liberty University professor for the Department of Justice, for a Department of Justice job. This is according to thehill.com. President Donald Trump plans to nominate a Liberty University professor to serve as the administrator for the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention in the Justice Department, the White House announced on Tuesday. That's great. Karen Harp is an associate professor at Liberty's School of Law. Liberty University is an evangelical school run by Trump supporter Jerry Falwell Jr., son of Jerry Falwell Sr. The president gave the school's commencement. I keep getting tongue-tied today. My goodness. The president gave the school's commencement address in May. If approved by the Senate, Harp would oversee the department responsible for developing juvenile justice programs. Harp holds a degree in law. See, there I go again. from the University of Arkansas, and she previously served as chief of the Sex Crimes Prosecution Unit in New York City and as director of the National Juvenile Justice Prosecution Center. So here you have a lady that is definitely qualified for the position, that is going to be more than likely appointed to the Justice Department, fulfilling the role of this job. And Liberty University is a fine institution. Can't wait until I am there and fully enrolled in there. We're right in the middle of that now, so I'll definitely provide you all with updates as that goes, in case any of you care. You probably don't, but anyway, I'll let you know in case you want to send your kids there. But I think it's gonna be a good place. From the stuff that I've read and the things that I've heard about Liberty, they offer great education. They've got really good professors, and I think it's going to turn out rather well. So we'll have to see how all this turns out, and I'm sure it'll be great. So anyway, that's what we have going on presently with all of this stuff that is in the news. And we have some other stuff here that I want to bring to your attention also, and this is pertaining to the abortion fight that we are going to see take place. As you guys know, I think it was last year, somewhere in October, something like that. It was either, I forget if it was last year or earlier this year, but anyway, they passed a pro-life 20-week abortion ban. So after 20 weeks, you can't have an abortion, okay? Because the baby is in the stage where they are capable of experiencing fetal pain. To do an abortion at that time would be absolutely inhumane. It would be barbaric, and it's uncalled for, even if you are pro-choice, okay? And there are even many people who call themselves pro-choice that support this type of ban in the millennial generation. They don't want a baby, an innocent child, to be able to experience the feeling of being ripped apart in the womb, okay? They don't want that child to be able to feel that. It's taking away a life. It is destroying a life. A lot of young people are starting to believe that and understand that, which is great for us pro-life advocates. But here's the thing. According to thehill.com, the abortion fight is being threatened by the Collins deal, and it's risking a government shutdown, according to the experts at the Hill. A new fight over abortion has thrown a late obstacle into negotiations on the year-end stopgap spending deal days before a possible government shutdown. Wouldn't that be awful? We have a government shutdown because Republicans won't do their job. House Republicans say 2 Obamacare measures that Senate GOP leaders are expected to attach to the stopgap as part of a deal with Senator Susan Collins, Republican from Maine, must include the Hyde Amendment language prohibiting the use of federal funds for abortion. Right. It would be a stone-cold non-starter for many House Republicans to vote for the stopgap that does not include, I think it should be include, they misspelled that. That does not include the Obamacare measures without the abortion restrictions, said one House GOP appropriations aide. It won't pass the House if you don't have Hyde Amendment protections, said House Energy and Commerce Committee Chairman Greg Weldon, Republican from Oregon. But Democrats opposed including the language, which they see is an expansion of the existing Hyde Amendment. Of course they do, because they want to fund the killing of kids. That's just like the Democrats. They argue including the language could discourage private insurers from covering abortions and insist that they won't back the stopgap if it is added. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, better known as, from New York, said on Tuesday that adding the Hyde Amendment language would kill it altogether. Really interesting. If this is obstructed by the senatorial GOP, they are signing their political suicide note. That is exactly what is taking place, metaphorically, of course.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Hey guys, so let me tell you about a great company, NerdProWriting.com. NerdPro Writing is absolutely wonderful. They assist students in middle school, in high school, in college with writing essays, and they're a company that can be of great help if you know somebody or if you are the one struggling in getting your work turned in. They have absolutely great professional services at a very affordable cost, so go there right now. That is NerdProWriting.com. That is NerdPro Writing.com.
Refresh, replenish, restore, and hydrate the right way with Protein Premium Electrolyte Enhanced Water. Unlock the alkaline pH performance power of professional athlete developed and fitness community endorsed Protein Water. Available in 9.5 pH electrolyte enhanced or our new all natural 8.0 pH additive free mineral spring water. Available at 7-Eleven and online at Amazon.com. Protein Water, hydrating the world one bottle at a time.
So you want to learn Spanish. You've tried all sorts of apps that mostly let you type answers and click on pictures. Can somebody please let me talk? Okay, Fluency 365 is here. Click on speak.fluency365.com. That's the numbers 365. Speak.fluency365.com. The only learning platform that gives you daily virtual speaking practice. To try your first virtual Spanish conversation now, visit speak.fluency365.com. Fluency only happens when you talk. Speak.fluency365.com.
Like the Fiancé, sung by Unit of Elite.
You're listening to the home of Caiden Cowger on your local station, America's youngest syndicated talk personality.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.caidencowgerprogram.com/sponsor.
Like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So, a lot of interesting stuff that's been going on in the news here lately. It's kind of kept my attention a little bit, but I tell you, the last few weeks, the news cycle has just been absolutely horrible. Absolutely terrible. And I tell you, we have this whole Mueller investigation thing that is going on, where the guy's associates that have been helping him out in this investigation are clearly never Trump. They've been never Trump from the beginning. They have been outed by several news agencies as having an anti-Trump bias. And it's almost like Mueller is daring President Trump to fire him with the actions that they're participating in. It's not even Russian collusion anymore. If you read a lot of these stories that I've been looking over, they're not even talking about Russian collusion anymore. It's obstruction of justice. That's a new thing. They've been obstructing the FBI from finding the collusion. They've been obstructing the FBI not telling the truth. They said but in the place of and they are obstructing the FBI and our investigations into this important matter that doesn't actually exist. So because they can't get anybody on collusion with Russia, that's all, folks. Because they can't get anybody on collusion with Russia, they're accusing them of obstructing justice, and then they're charging them with that instead. And I'll tell you, really what this entire matter is, it's a political witch hunt. That's all that it is. It is a political witch hunt. Things have not changed all that much concerning the Democratic Party now and the way that the Puritans were back in 1693. They're still doing the witch hunt. They're still, accusing people that they dislike of, these horrible, awful things. It's equivalent to somebody seeing somebody that's someone else that's well-to-do and saying, "I wonder how he's making his money. Probably drugs. It's totally drugs." I mean, it's crazy, absolutely insane, and it's going to continue. You guys can expect this going on, or this to go, so forth and continue for the next year. And then once the Senate elections take place, we're going to see it again and again and again and again. They might focus briefly on the Senate because they're going to have to, I think, take a brief step away from fully lashing out at Donald Trump. I mean, they're going to continue that too. They're going to continue going after Trump, but they're going to try to bring attention to the Democratic seats that are going to be up for grabs, along with the Republican seats that are going to be up for grabs. And they're going to be doing a lot of work promoting the Democratic candidates in the news media. So Trump might get a little break from media criticism. He might have to do something to try to bring attention back to himself and away from the Democratic candidates. But that's probably, I'd say, what the media is going to be transitioning to within the next year or so. They're going to start focusing on the Democratic senatorial candidates and focus on getting those seats, doing their job as the propaganda wing of the Democratic Party. Because that's really what the mainstream media is. They are the Democratic wing that focuses on propaganda, that focuses on agitprop and getting the Democratic message out. So in between election seasons, they're going to be attacking Donald Trump, making him look like garbage. They're going to continue in election seasons of making Donald Trump look like garbage by using garbage and using false allegations, false accusations, fake news, false stories, and portraying him as being this absolutely horrible human being. And then when the election season rolls around, then they briefly, for a moment, talk about the senatorial campaigns of the Democrats and how the Republicans are awful. So that's what we have to look forward to in the next year. So we're going to, of course, be covering that right here at the Caiden Cowger program, so you can stay with us for the rest of your life. So I want to thank you for listening to us. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you, God bless, and God save this nation.